Hey Jay, can you hear me? That's all the
You ready? Yep. Okay.
equipment.
Good evening and welcome to the regular town council meeting of October 1st, 2024. I'd like to call the meeting to order and ask everybody to stand for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You to join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. Moving on to item number 4, adoption of the minutes. I look for a motion from the council to adopt the meeting minutes from September 17th, 2024.
Move we adopt the minutes of September 17th, 2024.
Second,
Moved and seconded. Are there any comments pertaining to the meeting minutes? None from the audience. Craig and Lindsay, anything from you guys?
Not on this side.
All right, just speak up if you have any comments. But hearing none, since we're ready to vote, all those in favor of accepting the meeting minutes of September 17th, 2024, please say, oh, I can't do that. Gotta do a roll call. Yeah. Craig, vote.
Go muted.
Craig, you're muted. You are.
Can you hear me?
Yep. How do you vote, Lindsay?
Aye.
Howard?
Aye.
Okay. And I vote aye. Craig, are you able to unmute and vote? Well, we got 4, so I guess that will pass. Moving on to item number 5, presentations. There are none. Item number 6, public hearing. There are none. Item number 7, Jacob, your town manager's report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Reminder that our first budget workshop is scheduled for a week from today at 6:30. Budgets will be distributed to you all by Thursday afternoon, so please be on the lookout for those. Angel is coordinating with Curtis Air to schedule a ribbon cutting ceremony for the new municipal hangar at the airport. We will provide details as soon as they are finalized and hope that many can attend. Public Works Director Donnie has successfully hired 1 full-time and 1 part-time employee for the Highway Department, as well as 1 full-time employee for the Recycling Center. This will certainly enhance our team's capacity to serve the community, as we've been a little short-staffed for some time now. We've resolved the issues with our new online payment system during the testing phase, which is good news. Residents can expect to see it rolled out in the coming weeks, making transactions more convenient for everyone. And finally, the deadline for the cleanup of the Webb Road property is this Thursday. While some of the junk cars and campers have been removed from the property, a considerable amount of trash and other items remain. We are in the process of evaluating whether the town can undertake the cleanup process or whether it will be best left to a contractor. That's all I have.
Great. Thank you, Jacob. Moving on to item number 7, old business. There is none. Yep. Item number 9, new business. Nicole, can you please read ordinance 2408?
ordinance 2408, ordinance repealing and replacing appendices A through H of the general assistance ordinance. Set to public hearing on October 15th, 2024.
I look for a motion from the council.
Move we accept ordinance 2408.
Second,
Moved and seconded. Jacob, do you have any background on this? This is just adjusting.
This is set to public hearing.
yeah.
Each year, the state sets the maximums for general assistance, and this is just a requirement of us to get those updated.
All right, thanks. Is there any comments from the audience on ordinance 2408? Going to public hearing, there is none. Council, is there any comments on this topic? Hearing none, since we're ready to vote, Lindsay, how do you vote?
Aye.
Howard?
Aye.
Natalia?
Aye.
And I vote aye. Ordinance 2408 will be set to public hearing on October 15th, 2024. Nicole, can you please read resolution 2494?
Resolution approving the municipal grant and aid program application for the Pittsfield Drift Busters Snowmobile Club.
Look for a motion from the council.
Move we adopt resolution 24-94.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Is there any background on this, Jacob? This is
This
pretty
is a,
standard every year.
yep, this is a
Yep.
standard grant that they get, just requires my signature,
Alrighty,
no cost to the town.
excellent. Is there any comments from the audience on resolution 2494? There is none. Comments from the council? Hearing none. Since we're ready to vote, Lindsay, how do you vote?
Aye.
Howard, how do you vote?
Aye.
Natalia, how do you vote?
Aye.
And I vote aye as well. Resolution 2494 passes. Resolution 2495 will be tabled because Mike, we couldn't get a hold of Mike, so hopefully he can be here for the next meeting.
Quick thing. It seemed like that should be under presentations,
Nope,
no?
It can be either.
Okay.
we'll keep it there.
Yeah.
Nicole, can you read resolution 2496, please?
Resolution authorizing the town manager and grant administrator to file an application to the governor's office of policy innovation and the future for a community resilience partnership community action grant to not exceed $75,000.
Look for a motion from the council.
Move we adopt resolution 2496.
Moved and seconded. Jacob, you want to give any background on this? Sure.
This is Catherine's project.
Catherine.
Her-
Catherine Rose, Grant Administrator. I'll be very brief. At the August 20th meeting, the town council voted to join the Community Resilience Partnership and approved a list of items that the recycling committee, through work with the staff and the public, came up with for proposals for the self-evaluation and then for the projects to be completed. So those projects are the ones that we need to apply for the grant for. And they were: one, to conduct a community vulnerability assessment to identify climate risks and vulnerable populations, a good thing to do. Two, adopt a climate resilience climate action plan, also something good to do. Three, review options for a community alert system, which would be a warning system, and adopt a process. And when we think of warning system, we think of the old horn that you had here in town, but that still could be some sort of sign. I haven't given up on that yet. There's no grants available for it, but maybe this is our avenue to work toward that. Number four, develop and adopt community evacuation plans. Again, something very important. Five, develop a storm debris management plan. We went through that several years ago, in which Public Works went door to door, and there were massive amounts of storm debris out. So we should have a plan for that. And six, determine how to provide climate change education and then perform outreach. Also something very important. Something good that has happened. It's besides the fact we have no match for these, because these are all items listed on the plan from the state of Maine. Maine won't wait, but the grant amounts have increased from 50,000 to 75,000 max. So that's very good. And they seem to have a large sum of money that's coming down. So this will be an important area for the future.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine. Are there any comments from the audience on resolution 2496? There are none. Any comments from the council? Hearing none, since we're ready to vote, nope, I can't do that. Yeah, just good try. Lindsay.
Try to slip one
Yeah,
through. didn't you?
yeah, I really did.
Almost.
Lindsay, how do you vote?
Aye.
Howard?
Aye.
Natalia?
Aye.
And I vote aye. Resolution 2496 passes. Moving on to discussion items. Are there any public comments tonight? Catherine?
Yes, thank you. Catherine Ruth, Grant Administrator. I'll be brief. I have two items. The first one, as we all know, the grant funding approvals and awards are coming very slowly. We now have over $250,000 that's been approved and over $3.5 million of applications that are still waiting for review or are being held because the funds have not come through to the state or the federal government. We just heard from the Department of Economic and Community Development that on that housing grant that was back due at the beginning of March, which would help us with a comprehensive plan, and that whole section in the plan has a processing issue. And so the state is working with the federal government to try to resolve that, whatever it is, it's up above us. And they're working very diligently and they want to award those grants. That's $42,000 if we were approved. But then we heard the next day from the Department of Conservation that they had planned to award funding by October 1st, and that was for the recreational trail grant. And we have a $70,000 plus grant with our partners, which are the Somerset Ridge Runners and the Drift Busters. But there's an agreement that needs to be signed that has not taken place yet, which is for $1.4 million. And if that happens, then a lot of the applications can get approved. If not, then they may need to approve the funds and the projects next year. So we will see. Project Canopy had planned to award their grants quite some time ago. That's over $75,000 in funding. And that's for the grant that we're really excited if we got. It would be wonderful for pruning. We've never had money for pruning. It's either take the trees down or that's pretty much it. So pruning would help a lot of trees survive a little bit longer and would make our funds go a lot longer. And there's no match for those at all. But that is federal funding from their Inflation Reduction Act. So it needs a lot of approvals before it gets to the state. So there is so much funding out there, but it is hard to move it down to the local level as we're finding. But we've got a lot of grants out there and you'll see a shorter report with the regular report in your next department reports. Second, the AARP grant that was completed for the walk audit down by Somerset Plaza and especially at the intersection of Somerset Avenue, Industrial Park Street had two results because we did two walks and the results are somewhat different. So the recycling committee at their next meeting on October 10th will work with myself and other staff members and public members to put that all together for a short presentation to you all so that we can send that on to the Maine Department of Transportation. You should see it before we send anything out. There are a lot of steps on the AARP challenge grant section of that need to be processed by the town of Pittsfield. So we'll be zipping right along on there. And you will be totally surprised at how many vehicles passed us in that hour we were down there. It's totally shocking. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Catherine. Are there any other public comments? There are none. We'll move on to counselor comments. Lindsay, you have any comments tonight?
I do not. Thank you, though.
Thank you. Howard?
No, I just have one question, Nicole. When does early voting start?
October 7th, next Monday.
October 7th. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Nothing else.
That's it. Excellent. Natalia, did you have anything?
No comment, thank you.
All set, and I will keep it short and sweet. I have no comment.
You set a record.
Look for a motion that we adjourn.
We'll adjourn.